All right, good morning everyone. Good morning Queensland and good morning Springfield. It's wonderful to be out here in Springfield today where our Cabinet will be meeting and we will have a very significant health announcement which I will get to in a moment. But in terms of our COVID numbers, great news today, 0 new cases, which is absolutely fantastic. We have 14 active cases at the moment. In the past 24 hours, we've had 1,794 tests, so that is great to see people are still going and getting tested. Well, today I'm joined with a number of significant people, and they'll be speaking to you very shortly, but it's great to be here with the Health Minister, the Treasurer, the local members, especially the member for Jordan, because Therese covers this region. But as we know, this is a really fast-growing area of our state, especially around Springfield and Ripley. We've seen brand new schools open here in Springfield. I remember I opened a new school at Spring Mountain just recently, a couple of years ago. We've got new schools that have opened in Ripley. And I even think that because of the projected population increases, we will be considering additional schools over the next 4 years out here as well. Today also we're joined by Peter from MATA and Dr. Peter Steer, and also we've got Maha and Raina and Bob here from Springfield City Group. So today we're announcing new beds. We're announcing a great new partnership with the MATA. Now, the Queensland Government has been partnering with the MATA since the Second World War. And we know that in a fast-growing community, we need extra beds. So today I'm pleased to announce that as our first significant budget announcement, we will be investing in building 174 new beds in the public hospital here at Springfield. This will include, of course, emergency beds, and Yvette will go through the different areas that will be provided. But of course, maternity services are also needed out in this area. A lot of young families are moving here, and you can't blame them. It is a beautiful place to live, work and raise your family. So this commitment will include $177 million in the upcoming budget. The great news is that these beds will be delivered in the next 3.5 years, which is fantastic, and that's what we desperately need. And I'm very pleased that that partnering with MATA, that these beds will be delivered. But not only that, we have expansions of our hospitals happening in Ipswich, in Logan and Caboolture. And the majority of those beds will also be coming online around the same time as well. So around over 800 beds will be coming online in the next 4 to 5 years in Queensland, which is fantastic news. So the other great news, of course, is jobs. As part of our economic recovery plan, we want to see more jobs, and this will provide 700 jobs for the construction of this new hospital, which is just behind where our cameras are at the moment, which is absolutely fantastic. So fantastic news today. Very pleased that as part of our strong health response, we're getting on with our economic recovery plan, and we're looking to the future and making sure that we invest in health. And as I said in Parliament last week, we will have the biggest investment in our health budget as part of our budget that will be handed down in June by the Treasurer. But I'll hand over to Yvette to say a few words, then the Treasurer, and then we'll move on to other people. Okay, thank you. And of course, Maha.
Thank you, Premier. And this is really an exciting day. This partnership with MATA, which we've had a strong partnership over 4 decades between the state government and the MATA. What it means here locally, with 100,000 extra population expected in the next 5 years, is more beds. 174 public health beds. This will be 132 extra on top of the 42 public beds that already sit here at MATA Springfield that will move over into the new facility, creating extra capacity for the private sector as well. So we have growth in private sector capacity and also growth in the public health capacity. Not only will we have additional beds, but we'll have 33 spaces in emergency department, We'll have an intensive care unit, maternity services, which I know are really important for this growth area out here. We'll have 14 procedural spaces also for different procedures that can occur. These are on top of other services. When all of these beds are fully operational, this will be around 1,000 operational staff, also health staff operating out here, which means jobs as well, not just through construction, but also health jobs well into the future. We know this is needed. We know that our health sector is under pressure because of our population growth, but also our ageing population, increase in chronic illness. We've got less people taking up private health. So this is a really welcome announcement for this region. Can I talk about what is happening in Victoria very briefly? Can I say to everyone in Queensland, please keep up the testing. It doesn't matter if you have been to Victoria or not. We have many people who have been in Victoria who have visited this state in the last couple of weeks. If you have any symptoms, no matter how mild, please come out and get tested. We have positive sewage and wastewater in Emerald at the moment. We know that that can be just a sign of someone's past positive cases and shedding, but let's not take the risk. Please, anyone, if you have any symptoms, go get tested. And I thank all the people who have been coming out and getting vaccinated. We tripled our daily vaccinations last week compared to the week before. We want to keep that going, so please keep coming out and getting vaccinated. If you're 50 or over, please go to your GP or the Commonwealth Respiratory Clinics. We want as many people coming forward and getting their vaccination. Thank you.
Thank you. Treasurer?
Thanks, Premier. Well, good morning everyone who might be watching online and everyone here at Springfield today. I'm so pleased to be here with the Premier, the Health Minister and my parliamentary colleagues to make this important announcement about the future of healthcare in this growing part of Queensland. We know that Queensland's world-leading response to COVID-19 has enabled our economy to rebound. But what we need to do is to ensure that our health system continues to stay strong. By having a strong health system in Queensland and maintaining a strong health response to COVID-19, we can ensure we can deliver our plan for economic recovery for Queensland, which is supporting jobs around Queensland and supporting businesses around the state. So in this first budget announcement, we are pleased to be partnering with Mater Health Services to deliver an expansion of public health services here in Springfield. This part of Queensland is growing at about 3.5% a year. That's a population growth, when across the rest of Queensland it's about 1.5%. It's more than twice the speed of the rest of Queensland. And we've got to continue to fund the front line, continue to deliver those services. And by doing so, of course, we're creating jobs. 700 jobs in construction, 1,100 jobs in health services in this part of Queensland once the facility is finished in the next 3.5 years. So our budget will continue to invest in growth. Our budget will continue to invest in growth and invest in growing healthcare services around the state. That's what our government continues to do. Over the next 4 years, we're going to have a community the size of the city of Rockhampton come to Queensland. That's net interstate migration, which will lead the nation. And our growing state needs the roads, the schools and the hospitals that it needs for that population and for our growing population here in Queensland as well. So we're delighted to be investing in this facility, and that's a sign of what we'll be doing in our budget when I deliver that in just over 2 weeks' time.
Thank you and good morning. Well, it's a proud day to be the state member for Jordan and an equally proud day to be a member of the Palaszczuk Labor government, because this is a government that strongly believes that access to quality healthcare is a right, it's not a privilege. Today's announcement of a new public hospital for Greater Springfield is very important. As the Premier has said, I represent a fast-growing electorate at the epicentre of the burgeoning western and southern corridors of southeast Queensland. This is where many young couples and families are choosing to make their lives. It's where they're building their homes and it's where they're creating their families. And access to quality healthcare is increasingly important to them. I want to thank my community. They've contacted me, they've emailed me, they've let me know how important this issue is. And what I want to say to them today is I listened and I advocated for you. But I could not have done this without the strong support of the Premier, Annastacia Palaszczuk, the Health Minister, Yvette Darth, and of course the Queensland Treasurer, Cameron Dick. I know that their support has made this possible, and I want to thank MARTA for the strong partnership that's going to progress to make this hospital a really fantastic facility here. Finally, I just want to say that this announcement today, well, it is transformational. It's going to have a significant difference in the lives of people here in this region who are going to be able to access healthcare closer to home. It's what good Labor governments do, and it's what we're doing today. Thank you.
Well, thank you. On behalf of the MARTA, thank you to the government. As the Premier said, the MARTA has been offering public health care since 1910 and in very direct partnership with the state government since the Second World War. This is a great day, as Charisse has said, for the community. Being able to offer services closer to home is critical. And I just want to commend the partnership and collaboration with Westmoreton Health Services, Metro South, covering this extraordinarily rapidly growing area. And again, we are absolutely delighted to continue to partner and offer these services to the community. MARTA's looked forward to this since 2015 when we opened this facility, really making this ready-made to drop the temporary wall and extend for these public services, and having bought the land to get on with this. So it's shovel-ready, and we're very, very excited to deliver this as soon as possible for this community. Thank you.
Friends, thank you very much, Premier, for your contribution to have made this happen. Thank you also to the Minister for Health for your contribution, and also to the Treasurer and the Assistant Treasurer. I know I have been behind you all for a while because I'm strongly committed to creating a very, very unique community, and it's my obligation to fight for the community. So please put up if I had annoyed you in some way or the other. But I thank you all for having supported this project. This project, can I say that 22 minutes from here, we are tapping into a population of 582,000 residents. 582,000, and this has got a tremendous, they can come here in 22 minutes. Of that, we've got about 2,500 mums who have their babies. And what a facility that you have provided, Premier, that they can come here. Maternity for MARTA is one of the premium health provider. So we will enjoy, the mums will enjoy that, and so will their dads. In addition to that, we have 64,000 residents who will come to Springfield by the time this hospital opens, and they will be only 8 minutes away, Premier, to come to the hospital. What have you done? You have done an amazing thing. And in addition to that, we have got a strong support from Westmoreton Health and Metro South. Thanks very much for all your support. Thank you for what you have done, Premier. Thank you for what you have done, Treasurer. And thank you for what you have done, the Health Minister. Thanks very much.
Thank you. All right, we're happy to take some questions on this first.
How does this work? MARTA private bills it, and the state then funds are running on it?
Yes, and we've got the over 170 beds, and this is going to be fantastic because the Westmoreton region is one of the fastest growing regions in the state. So we've sat down, we've looked at the modelling, we know there's the need out here, and it's going to be done in 3.5 years. So just behind you will be exactly where the new buildings will be.
What's the construction cost?
I'll get Yvette to talk about that. Or Marta? Yeah. Marta.
So, Lane, the whole facility will cost about $300 to $320 million all up, but then the construction cost is obviously very significantly different from that, and that will be a commercial negotiation that we have with the builder, obviously. But that will include what we call shell floors, so there will be a capacity for an additional 105-bed expansion of this facility. Given what you've heard today about the expanding community here, it's a very, very efficient way to make sure that we can expand those services without having to go back again.
So there is public beds in the private hospital fund?
So we built in 2015, we opened this as a private hospital, but literally 50% of the occupancy of this private hospital at the moment is in collaboration with Westmoreton and Metro South doing public work. And that's the spirit of things to be extended in this new facility.
Premier, you mentioned the population growth.
Yes.
Are you happy with the timeline then, given it says it won't be open until the end of 2024?
Oh, this is very quick for building public health facilities in the state. 3.5 years is a rapid turnaround period. So I'm absolutely delighted that it can be completed in that time frame.
Will we see other measures in the budget though to deal with the current pressures on the health?
You are going to see a lot of additional funding for health. The Treasurer, myself, the Deputy Premier, the Health Minister are absolutely making health a priority in the Treasurer's budget next month.
Last week the opposition produced that spreadsheet showing $500 million to be taken out of hospitals, which is quite different to the health budget. Can you guarantee those savings and cuts won't be made?
I can absolutely guarantee that we will have a record health budget with a big focus on health infrastructure and delivering the services that families need across our state. We have made our priority about keeping Queenslanders safe. Now we know we have a growing population and we need to provide the health facilities that are needed for the future, and that is exactly what this budget will foreshadow.
But that's slightly different, isn't it, than the $500 million coming out of hospitals?
The budget will be revealed by the Treasurer next month, and it will be a record health budget. Absolutely.
The AMA has recently
Yes.
said that at least 1,500 beds are needed. Is there anything in the budget to match those kind of numbers?
As we said, we have work already happening on the expansion of Ipswich, on the expansion of Logan, Caboolture. In total, it is over 800 beds that will be coming online over the next 4 to 5 years. Plus, there is going to be additional beds in the Sunshine Coast Hospital, Nambour Hospital. So we are seeing a huge increase in beds across our state. Not to also forget, there's also going to be additional beds in our rural and regional communities. In fact, the Health Minister and I will be travelling to a regional community tomorrow to also announce increase of beds.
When you say it's a record health budget, what type of an increase from this financial year to next financial year?
Well, Jack, it'll all be revealed next month.
It's not going to be like a $1 million
budget.
increase, it's going to be a substantial increase. So.
You will have to just have a little bit more patience and wait until that day. You can't steal the Treasurer's thunder today.
Thank you.
But Jack's right, this is going to have to be significant.
It will be significant. It will be significant. Okay, any other questions? Very significant, Lane, very significant.
Do you have an update on aged care vaccination numbers, public versus private?
No, because the majority of the age in aged care facilities is done by the Commonwealth.
Any word on state of origin?
Oh, finally. Yes, and the Treasurer, I think...
I got the memo, Premier.
Today is Tea Day. Hopefully it'll be Townsville Day. So look, fingers are absolutely crossed. Look, we've put, I think, the best we can towards the NRL for this. I know we've got all of Townsville behind us. We've put in a really good proposal. We want to activate the city. It's never been to Townsville before. We want to showcase the Townsville Country Bank Stadium, a key infrastructure facility delivered by our government. And, hopefully sometime today, if anyone out there is listening, our fingers are crossed. We're praying. We're praying as well. We're doing everything we possibly can.
Have you had any feedback? I believe Saturday confident, or not confident. Yesterday you were confident.
Well, anything can happen with the NRL, so I'm just hoping that they see the wisdom that Townsville presents an absolutely unique opportunity. The first time ever a State of Origin would be held in that city. The city, I think, deserves it. You have people from all around the region that travel, up to 4 or 6 hours to come and support the Cowboys. And I just think it would be absolutely tremendous to see that in Townsville.
Is the state offering or contributing anything towards that?
Oh, we would have a small contribution to make it happen. Well, I'm not going to say that. Well, hopefully it's enough, Lane. Anyway, fingers crossed.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks everyone. Thanks.
I might go and have a look at that's the land over there. So we
Yeah.
might go over there at the moment and take that with you.
Yeah, sure, they don't put it around.
Yeah. All right.